Piggy Princess, and I make a big mess.
Welcome to Read It and Screech.
Can you just do it one more time with more enthusiasm?
I don't have enthusiasm. Welcome to Read It and Screech.
God, that sucked. The podcast for Jay, who knows how to find me in the dark.
Ew. That's Read It, I'm Screech.
This week we present Pen Pal by J.T. Geissinger. This is the kind of book that started it all, okay? This, to me, read almost identically to Darling Venom.
No.
And Darling Venom was a book that had like the hot guy on the front, and it appeared to be just like some random like smutty book, and then it turned out to be like weird and sad and then
Worst
gross
thing I've ever seen in my life.
and embarrassing.
I hate you.
Me? I didn't write these.
You found them.
They find me. When we get to the end, you'll see why I feel like this was similar to that. It was 353 pages. It is narrated by Tara Langella and Troy Duran. I think that we've heard stuff from him already. The Goodreads rating is 4.1.
A lie.
Wait, 181,000 reviews. I don't think you can buy that many. Notable is that it pissed me off and made me cry on an airplane. In my defense, I read Alchemized, and I read some other trash, and then I read this, so I was already like in a sad place. So I don't think this would have bothered me at all if I had not already been destroyed by Sending You this week. When we read this book, and then you judge me for the fact that I cried on an airplane. It is first-person limited POV. It takes place in an island in Washington State. The two characters are Kayla and Aiden. Kayla is an illustrator who lives in a decrepit old house that her deceased husband insisted on them purchasing that she now has to take care of because his fucking ass is dead. And there's a ton of problems with the electricity. Aiden is a hot man. Is a piece of meat.
Oh, good.
Piece of meat. The story opens on Kayla's husband's funeral. One of his old female colleagues is weeping aggressively.
You get two guesses why.
Kayla starts getting terrible headaches. She gets home from the funeral and finds a letter sitting on her dining room table. At first, she thinks the letter is for her dead husband, but it's addressed to her. So I don't know why you would think that. The letter says, "I will wait forever if I have to," and it's signed from Dante.
Good news, you will have to.
The next morning, she has to get to work fixing up the house because the roof is leaking. Her housekeeper walks in and screams at her because she looks like shit from grieving. She asks the housekeeper not to clean the husband's office for a while and tells her that she'll be staying in the house indefinitely. She replies to the letter asking, "What are you waiting for?" And then gets another reply back saying, "You."
There isn't going to be a swimming pool, you stupid slut.
She calls a detective friend to ask him to look into it, but doesn't get a reply. She then calls a handyman to come look at the electricity and such, but he doesn't find any problems. He insinuates that she's imagining things and tells her he can give her the info for his therapist. He does not charge her for the visit because she looks pitiful, and then he leaves. As soon as he leaves, the electricity goes out again and she finds another letter on the table. This letter is sappy, and he tells her that he can still taste her skin.
Ew!
She decides that it's from an inmate scamming on widows because her husband's death was in the paper. The next contractor appears, and he's very cold to her and a mega asshole. And she tells him she doesn't pay people to be mean to her, and he goes to check the roof. She writes the inmate back telling him to leave her alone. The next contractor who appeared was Aiden. Aiden comes back and tells her it will cost $10,000 to fix her roof. They haggle, and he sees her ring and tells her to ask her husband about it. And then he tells her he knows someone who will do it for $5,000, to which she responds that she will only let people in her house who are licensed and insured. Something I fear that people with no money are not in a place to demand. It's him, though. He's the guy, and he's going to do it for $5,000 and some pussy, I assume.
So far, this is the most boring ass shit.
Yeah.
Come over, let's fight about the insurance on the roof. This is like what we've been doing all year with all things.
I know.
Fucking, I don't like this.
He shows up the next morning and they are rude to each other again, and he leaves. She notices some random bruises on her neck with no explanation of how they got there.
Genuinely, this person likes the American Horror Story show too much.
What makes you think that?
Because this is the plot of the first season of American Horror Story.
No, it's not.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
When was the last time you saw it?
It doesn't start with a husband dying.
Everything else is the same.
Nothing. Oh,
They can't get people to come fix the house. They keep waking up with weird fucking bruises on them. There's a ghost living in the attic.
She goes to a grief group and sees a sad old lady there, and they sit together and don't participate. After group, she goes to the bar, and Aiden is there for a hearty lech. He asks where her husband is, and she says he left her recently. He says he's never been in love and asks if she finds him attractive.
Who cares? You know, when I'm casually out and I ask, have you been in love? I don't fucking care if the guy behind me at Walmart has ever been in love. This is why no one cares about men's mental health. Have you asked a strange man has he ever been in love today?
He asks if she finds him attractive.
No!
And he tells her it's because he wants her to come home with him.
Ah!
Because she's sad and he wants to make her feel better.
And he wants to tickle her inside.
He kisses her
Ah!
and will not relent on trying to get into her pants because he really wants to make her come.
Call the police.
Pants.
Relent! Oh my god! Oh! This is so horrible.
He tells her that he lives above the bar.
He doesn't live above a bar. He lives below the bar. For him. Fuck. Ew!
So she can come have sex with him later if she wants.
No, she can't.
She gets her next letter from Dante. It's just a cryptic, boring note.
Not cryptic enough.
She goes to bed and is woken up in the middle of the night by floorboards creaking in the hallway. It's gonna get good.
I don't believe you.
She freaks out.
Not enough.
And runs to Aiden's house in the
rain.
And
he's not home yet from creeping in her house. She runs in the front door. He runs in the back door. She's like, I rang the doorbell 3 times. What took you so long? He's like, I was in the shower.
She gets there soaking wet with no bra on.
Why? You didn't need to tell us that. I could have gone the whole time. I didn't need to know. I at no point was reading the book and wondering, is she wearing a bra?
You need to know in a minute.
Is she wearing a bra?
She is pleasantly surprised that his home is nice and clean.
Hurry up. Tell me, does he have underwear on?
Yeah. No.
Oh my god.
I don't think he owns underwear.
Does he have socks on?
No.
Thank God. I don't care.
She is pleasantly surprised that
No, she's not. Alive.
She is pleasantly surprised that his home is nice and clean.
Is she going to tell us if it was dirty?
I don't know. Well, hold on.
This is horrible.
She's not perturbed at all by the fact that he has no bed, just a mattress on the floor.
You know, Bella wasn't perturbed that Edward didn't have a bed.
He didn't have a bed?
You didn't read that book.
Did he have
He had a chaise lounge. He bought a bed for her in the second or third book.
Okay, well, he didn't have a mattress on the floor.
Maybe in the first book. It was in the first book. He bought her a bed after one of her visits.
The mattress on the floor is not integral to the plot. She could have given this man a bed. Yeah, that made sense. For this book, why the mattress on the floor? He dries her off with a towel while she tells him about why she ran here in the middle of the night. He offers her a t-shirt to change into.
Did she not drive?
Like, she ran in the car. Like, she ran to the car, drove the car fast, and then ran to the house. But he lives above the bar, so she had to, park in the parking lot and then run. He offers her a t-shirt to change into, and she tells him that she needs pants too, because she doesn't want her coochie out.
Does she say coochie?
She says coochie.
Coochie? Me chichi out.
Surprise, she's not wearing panties either.
Ah!
I told you it was important.
Girl, no. You know when they tell you to always go to bed with undies on in case the cops have to come?
Okay, right? He tells her he doesn't own sweatpants.
Liar.
But he can put her jeans in the dryer.
Jeans and no underwear? That was a rough drive. I hope you don't drive a stick.
He would prefer to just look at her naked.
Ew.
She says you should do more than watch.
Ah!
So they do it on his mattress on the floor.
Phrase, that is so simple.
What? The mattress on the floor? You are way less perturbed by that than I was.
I'm perturbed by the whole thing. I'm sorry, you go home if you walk in and the man's mattress is on the floor. I just remembered that I left the radio on the stove. The shower radio.
He licks her aching nipples.
No, he doesn't.
Suckles on her clit like he's drawing milk from a nipple.
No.
Oh, this is important for you.
No, it's not.
He has an erection.
No.
Surrounded by dark pubic hair, which is important because you pointed out that thing about how authors love to mention a full bush.
Why?
I don't know, but you pointed it out. I was like, oh, she was right.
I'm never wrong, first off. Secondly, why? Why are you doing this to us?
I don't know. He tells her to spend the night.
He didn't kick her out after all that? Great.
And he is still hard, even though he just came. So he gives her more mind-melting orgasms. Aiden falls asleep while she thinks about what her husband would say if he could see her now.
I am also thinking about what my husband would say. If you could see me now, you'd be proud.
Then Aiden wakes up and she runs away from him.
Girl, too late.
While he starts calling her little bunny, and she calls him Lion King. He catches her and spanks her on the living room floor.
No!
which is not much worse than the floor mattress in the bedroom.
First off, it's much worse than everything. I have such a problem with corporal punishment being a sex thing. I don't know if it would genuinely be such a fetish for people if this generation of people had not been whooped as children.
Probably not.
And that bothers the dog shit out of me. Because I think it falls into the category of that shit you were saying when you were like, oh, I don't like porn that has like stepmom, stepdad, schoolgirl. I think that spanking falls in that.
Yeah.
Where you like want the parentage punishment.
Yeah.
I think it does.
It does.
I don't like it.
Okay, I don't think it does for everyone, but it probably does for a lot of people.
Where they're like, oh, spank me, daddy. Oh, there it is.
No, yeah, that one. No.
It's, why else did you want someone bigger than you to spank you?
Because there's a whole thing about pleasure and pain and all that.
No, because and why do they want that? Think about it. I hate it. Bye.
Okay, anyway. Oh, he says, quote, "My sweet little bunny likes to get spanked, doesn't she?"
Fuck off.
Quote.
Fuck all the way off.
They rinse and repeat him chasing her around, spanking her, and fucking her.
No!
Then he tells her, quote, to open that sweet pussy wide so he can come in her.
That is genuinely one of the worst things I've ever heard in my entire life. That is one of the worst sentences that has ever been constructed by mankind.
Open that sweet pussy wide.
Why? And here's what I don't understand when you're writing
a logistical thing.
Why? Right? Why are you?
He washes her off in the shower after body
you don't
wash.
Have to say that like that was a prize.
What, the shower washing?
Yeah. Don't worry, he washes her off in the shower.
I didn't write it. I'm only reporting on what was read. He washes her off in the shower after, probably using a 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, and conditioner if we're all being honest with each other. He tells her he knows her situation is complicated, but says that he doesn't do this kind of thing every day.
Liar. Liar.
Then
liar. That's why your bed's on the floor.
Then he makes her breakfast. What do you think he made her?
Eggs!
Yes. Then he says that they need a safe word.
Oh my god, a little late for that, first off. You've already been whooping her ass all over the apartment.
She says they don't need a safe word unless he's hurt someone before. And he says he has hurt someone before, but not in a sex way. It was his dad because his dad used to beat his mom.
You and me and your dad. In sexual context, also killing people. What is this?
She says she would never judge him. And he's blown away that she would forgive him for defending his own mother against his monster of a father. She tells him to finish breakfast because his little bunny worked up an appetite from getting fucked by her big bad lion.
If you don't get to the plot of this book, I'm going to leave.
This is the plot.
This is not plot.
Chapter 13. This has been the whole plot.
I told you that there has to be plot. They have to be saving the town paper or some fuck-ass nonsense.
Hold on.
If they are not doing something,
let me cook.
Except doing bad fucking sex on the apartment floor where he doesn't even own a bed and eating eggs.
Let me cook.
Bunnies and lions aren't even the correct demographic.
They get back to her house and he checks it out before she goes back in. He kisses her and tries to feel her, but she says she feels uncomfortable fooling around
in the daylight under the big light,
with someone else in the home she shared with her very recently deceased husband. He tells her he's going to have his friend come and install home security for her.
I know that yesterday I was like, fuck you, bitch. Everything's 10 grand. But a few O's and I'm going to pay for your security system. Put in his hizzle. Fuck out of here!
Hold on. He's very astute that you said that.
This is horrible.
He says from now on they will be working on her house for free.
This is nonsense.
And if she mentions money again, she will get a spanking.
You lying ass bitch. There is no way this has a 4 point whatever on the Goodreads. You know when they talk about how 60% of America is illiterate? This is why. Because the illiterate people with no concept or understanding are the ones who are writing, like putting prompts into ChatGPT and writing books.
So
I want strong men with money to love me.
So
write me a book.
He installs the Ring camera and security system, and they hook it up to her phone. But she has them set it up so it won't alert her phone when it's triggered, which I think is dumb. The friend tells her that he's known Aiden since high school, and that he doesn't get close to people because he does not trust them.
Only gets close to her pussy. Come on.
Then he points to her wedding ring and tells her not to hurt him. In parentheses, Aiden shouldn't get busy with married women if he's so worried about it. Because this whole thing is about...
Like, yeah, he does this with married ladies all the time. He has to install all the security, so don't hurt his feelings.
She notices someone watching her from her yard, but once she gets down there to investigate, he's gone. And she finds an old coin that belonged to her husband on the riverbank.
I hope her husband pops back up.
Out of respect.
He's some kind of ghost demon that is haunting her.
Aiden comes by later and doesn't feel her up out of respect for the dead. She tells him she really likes him and feels safe with him. Oh, and hopes that he doesn't push her for more.
Aiden sucks.
But that she loved that weird bunny lion roleplay they did at his apartment.
Be so for real.
He responds with, okay.
Okay.
And leaves. She continues writing to Dante asking what he did to get in prison. That night, she hears more creaks in the attic and the doorbell rings, but there's no one there. When she passes by the kitchen, all the cabinets and drawers are open and a jar of honey flies off the shelf and shatters on the floor. She locks herself in her office for the rest of the night instead of running to Aiden's house.
First smart thing she's done in the whole book.
She contemplates asking that first handyman for his therapist's number, but decides against it because he smelled like pot.
Wise choice.
She decides to get some work done, but instead of illustrating for the book that she's working on, she draws the guy who was watching her from the yard earlier. The doorbell rings again, but again there's no one there. Aiden calls and invites her over. On her way out of the house, she sees her wedding photo and reminisces that she vomited all morning the day she got married.
I'm vomiting now, so...
And notices that in the photo she had bruises on her arm that she does not remember having. She gets to Aiden's house and tells him that she loves how much he weighs because her husband was a skinny bitch, apparently.
She's like, thank God you're a chunky boy. What the fuck?
Here's the best part. Are you ready? They establish their safe word. Would you like to guess what it is?
No, I don't. I don't want to know. Ring camera. Fuck off.
Do you want me to describe it to you?
Fuck this shit.
Just give one of the weirdest guesses you can.
This is so horrible.
Just one of the weirdest guesses.
No, I refuse. I'm not participating in this. This is non-consensual.
It's cheesy.
Girl, blink twice. You need to order pizza and do that hand signal. Go and order an angel shot at the bar. Oh my God! What is this?
He bites her ass and calls her Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny should sue.
And tells her he wants to do anal.
And she's never heard the word no.
If you don't want to do anal, say cheesy right now.
She said, don't threaten me with a good time. Oh my God!
After they voraciously fuck, she thinks about the night her husband died.
Fuck her! This is horrible!
And how she watched him drown. Then Aiden wakes up and tells her to write his face.
This is genuinely the worst book.
And makes her start calling him master. I am trying not to kink shame.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
She does not know how to write a face.
This person doesn't know how to write a book.
Because she's only ever done missionary and doggy with the lights off.
She did anal!
And now anal, apparently.
I can't breathe!
There are several times I had to put the book down.
I'm sorry, you skipped from missionary to anal and you never did oral!
I had to work through logistics. I was in the airport like,
this man really never said, let me lick that. She just said, let me put it in your butt. She was married for
a long time.
This is horrendous.
Then they 69.
Oh my God. You know what? Thank God someone chose to write a book about her. She might have got her whole life.
She gives him the blowiest blowjob that ever blowjobbed.
A lie!
Afterwards.
Also, she's licking that after it was in her butt. What is this?
Oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think
that's the first thing I thought of.
Was that immediate?
They didn't get in the shower in between.
Oh, no, it was.
Fuck you. This is horrible.
Oh, no.
What does cheesy sound like with the dick down?
Afterwards,
she got pink eye.
He asks, what are the chances that she will get back together with her husband?
He did all this thinking that she had a whole husband.
She says she will not get back together with her husband.
Stop.
He tells her that he doesn't want to be a rebound, despite the fact that that's exactly what the fuck he said he wanted when they were in that bar at the beginning.
Oh my God.
She tells him he's not a rebound, and he makes her breakfast. And guess what it is?
Eggs!
It's eggs. He tells her that he's building a house for himself outside of town. Hopefully he puts a bed in there. And he says, come give your lion a kiss, Bunny. And tells her she will be the death of him.
This between she had a dick in her mouth. She had dick in her ass, then she had that dick in her mouth, then she kissed him.
Why he not just eat ass if he's so desperate for it?
Right. And she had a little bit of eggs and then she right on his mouth.
She gets back in her car and finds that coin of her husband's is on the dashboard, despite the fact that she left it in the house when she found it before. She looks through the security camera footage and finds nothing. That afternoon, while she's working in her office, she sees a little boy playing outside, but when she goes out there, he's gone. He's not on the security footage either. The next morning, she hears someone downstairs, but it's just her housekeeper.
Couldn't be my house.
The housekeeper asks her if she believes in ghosts and tells her that they need to do a seance after Kayla tells her about the little boy and that man watching her. She tells her she must never tell a ghost that it's dead because it will only anger it, and tells her that her sister is a medium and can come help. And Kayla says okay.
Kayla says okay to everything.
She sure does.
Kayla never said no.
This is my yes year. My husband would want this for me.
Never said no a day in her life.
She should try. She gets her next letter from Dante. I don't know if you forgot about Dante. She gets her next letter from Dante, and he says he's in prison because he loved someone too much. Aren't we all?
I'm in prison right now.
She doesn't talk to Aiden all week, but shows up at his apartment that weekend, and they rinse and repeat all their bunny lion fucking. This ends with her face down, ass up, and sobbing.
Me too. Me too. Her egg's butthole-ness is too much for me.
Afterwards, he tells her he's afraid to give his heart away to a woman wearing a wedding ring. Good point, Aiden. I'm glad you brought that up.
Really, as you should be.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, actually.
Wild. What a wild concept.
Then he runs her a bath and invites her to come see the house he's building. She tells him that she needs to tell him something about her husband, and he asks if it's that he's hurting her, and he says if that's what it is, that he'll kill him. He says he's killed before, but he thinks he could get away with it this time.
Murder that pussy.
Then he goes down on her and makes her promise that if she doesn't have feelings for him, she will end it before he falls in love with her.
Too late.
The next morning, he makes her breakfast.
Eggs!
Correct.
I don't think he knows how to make anything else.
I don't think they do. And they go look at the house he's building. It's taken him several years to build because he's broke.
Hence the bed on the floor.
I was going to say likely because he lets people pay him with pussy. He asks if she ever wanted kids, and she says she used to, but trigger warning, she had a miscarriage a long time ago. Then to make her feel better, he chases her through the woods and fucks her outside.
Yeah, because everybody knows that's what fixes that.
Obviously. When she gets home, her housekeeper is there again cleaning her husband's office even though Kayla asked her not to. She tells her that she's changed her mind about the seance and decided to go to therapy instead. Good job, Kayla.
Those are the same.
She notices a newspaper on the desk of the office that has her husband's picture on it, and it says, "Local man drowns."
That doesn't seem like new information.
No, it's weird because she's been asking no one to go in there. So, like, that means that the housekeeper would have put that in there, and that was weird of her to do.
Seems like she did that on purpose, but whatever.
The doorbell rings again with no one there, and she notices that there's an indent on the bed that looks like someone is sleeping on it. She calls the handyman to ask about his therapist, and he tells her that he doesn't have the phone number, but the name is David Letterman.
You're lying.
Why am I lying?
That is weird as shit. Why?
So she can't find the therapist online, but it's a small island, so she goes to see if she can find the office, because he told her, like, where the office was. While she's out, she sees Aiden out to lunch with another woman. Turns out it's just the wife of the guy who put that security system in her house, which is not necessarily an explanation because Aiden loves married women, apparently.
Right, and you know when books act like grown adults go to lunch all the time with their friends' wives and stuff? That actually doesn't happen, like, ever.
No, and turns out that the friend was inside, and she pulled up, so they just walked in together. So they go on a double date with the friend and his wife, and it gets awkward because Kayla won't stop fiddling with her wedding ring. So she goes to the bathroom. When they get back to the table, the friend...
At no point has he learned her last name and realized she was related to the guy who well-knownly drowned in this small town.
When they get back to the table, the friend asks why she's messing with Aiden when she won't take off her ring. She says that she's just doing her best, taking things one day at a time, and that she's not interested in anyone else but Aiden. Then she sees the man who was watching her from the yard. Now he's watching her from outside the restaurant, and it freaks her out. They drive to Aiden's house, but then he turns around and drives her back to her car and tells her he's going to give her space until she has clarity and takes off her ring. She cries all night, and the next day decides to go find that therapist. She can't find the office, but sees a psychic and decides to go in.
Again, that's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. An old lady answers the door and slams it in her face. Then a young lady comes and apologizes and gives her a cryptic reading that reveals almost nothing. And then she tries to pay for the reading, but the girl won't take her money. No one wants Kayla's money, apparently.
They all want her coochie, though.
Right. She writes another letter to Dante, and he writes back telling her that she is the storm and that she has all the power in her situation. She writes back telling him that he's not helping her, gets back to work on the book that she's supposed to be illustrating, and sees that little boy outside again. He screams when he sees her, and she yells, "Hey, fuck you, kid." Then she goes outside to find him, and when she goes outside, when she looks up, now she sees him in the window of her room.
I don't like this.
The security cameras just show static when she tries to look and see like how he got up there. She texts Aiden that she misses him and asks if she can come over, but he says not as long as you're wearing your ring. The doorbell rings again. There's no one there. So she drinks till she passes out. The housekeeper wakes her up the next day, and Kayla asks her advice on what to do when someone asks for space, but you don't want to give it to them.
Give it to them, you weird cunt.
The housekeeper tells her, will you go knock? And then the doorbell rings and the lights flicker, and so she agrees to do the seance. She writes to Dante telling him that she feels like she's drowning and needs a life jacket.
Why are they acting like these letters end up there immediately and it doesn't take a week to get mail?
It does. It does. She tries to take the ring off, but every time she does, it seems like the house gets angry with her. The housekeeper comes with her sister for the seance. She says they should do the seance in the husband's office and brings an offering of chocolate for the spirit. Kayla asks why they have to bring food if spirits can't eat, and then the sister said, the medium says that they don't know that they can't eat because they're living in their own reality. They set up the seance with a newspaper with her husband's picture on it and her wedding ring, and then they do it, asking the spirit what it wants. And it possesses the medium, saying it knew Kayla when it was alive and it wants revenge. She runs out of the office into the kitchen where all the cabinets and drawers are open again. The medium says that the spirit wants revenge, but not on her. She says she'll just have to move, and they say that it will probably follow her, and then they say they should try to contact it again. She says no, so they go to leave, but when they open the door, there's a life jacket on the porch. So they come back inside to look at the letters from Dante, since the life jacket reference is from the letter that she wrote him. They tell her again that they are not allowed to tell ghosts that they're dead, but they have to try to help them figure it out themselves. They tell her to call the detective friend that she called about Dante at the beginning. It turns out she met him when he interviewed her after her husband's accident. Before she can do that, her wedding ring falls from the ceiling. She calls the detective, and the person who answered tells her that he is dead.
The detective is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
They look up the deed of her house, and it says that the house was sold 6 months ago.
So she's dead.
The house starts going crazy, and so she calls the handyman again, but this time his grandson answers and tells her that the guy that she had been speaking to has been dead since the 70s. The lady she met at the grief group, dead. The lady who was
all dead.
The old lady at the psychic place, dead. Who slammed the door in her face, dead. They show her the envelope from Dante, and the letters rearrange, and it says Aiden's name. She runs into her husband's office and picks up the newspaper, and it says, local man drowns wife.
Stop! That's
Ew! This poor little boy is in the hallway screaming because it's his family's house, and she's been haunting it the whole time.
She's been haunting it?
Yes.
You can see her.
The doorbell rings, and this time when she answers, it's Aiden telling her that it's taken her a long time to realize she's a ghost because she's slow AF.
Oh, he's not allowed to tell her she's dead.
No, he's just gonna wait. That's why he wrote her the letter saying, I'll wait forever if I have to.
They were out to dinner with people who were dead, too?
I'll explain in a second.
Why is she fucking a dead lady?
Hold on.
Ooh.
She's been a ghost this whole time. All the interactions with Aiden were memories that she was reliving. The man watching her was her ex-husband, but he was stalking her while she was still alive. She started seeing Aiden right after she left her husband because he was abusive and sleeping with that coworker. And what happened was she finally decided to take her ring off and be with Aiden, and they were celebrating New Year's on his boat when her husband found them. And he pulled a gun on them and tells them he's going to kill either one or both of them. Aiden tried to convince him that it was his fault for stealing her away, even though they met after she'd already left him. And he tried to get her to leave while he talked the husband down, but she wouldn't leave. So the husband shot him and drowned her. So the funeral at the beginning was her funeral. And that out-of-pocket way that coworker was crying. Because remember at the beginning, she was like, oh, that lady's crying. And it was the guy that the husband was sleeping with.
Well, I figured that out.
So she went to the wife's funeral and was crying.
That's weird.
Right?
I mean, I figured
Bitch.
she was sleeping with the husband. I just didn't know why.
Right.
That's a little bit obvious.
So now she and Aiden are ghosts, and they decide to go haunt her ex-husband in prison in the end.
So he is in prison.
Yes.
She wasn't.
Hence the newspaper saying
She wasn't writing to him in prison, though.
no. So Aiden, like, ghosts can like do that little thing to like communicate minimally. So Aiden was writing her letters, and he was postmarking them from the prison because he was trying to get her to connect the dots. So that's where the husband is now. Here's why I felt bad. Because this whole time I was like, oh my God, stop with all the ass railing.
Like, same.
And then I was like, oh, if I knew they were going to die, I would have like not begrudged them the simple pleasures in life.
First off, they were doing that when they were alive or dead.
I was like, all these crazy kids, I shouldn't have wished them to stop that. They only got to do it so many times before they passed.
They weren't fucking while they were ghosts?
I have no idea. I don't know how that works.
It's bad either way. I don't like
on the
it.
corporeal plane.
I don't like
And
it either way.
There's book club questions at the end. Should we look at them? No.
Would you or would you not begrudge them ass fucking if they were ghosts or not?
I did feel bad. I did feel bad. I was like, oh, I was so mean. I wanted them to stop. And then
I still want you to stop.
if I had known they were going to die, I wouldn't have made fun of their safe word.
I would. I don't take it back. That was awful. I don't say things unless I mean them.
It said, well, the first question was, do you consider this a happily ever after?
No. I don't consider anything.
I thought you'd be happy because they died.
I am happy. First off, I'm disappointed because they didn't die at the end. They were dead the whole time and they were still acting like that. So no, I'm not that happy. It's only good if they die and then we're done with it. They were dead the whole time still doing that shit. So not that great.
Hater.
Yeah, immediately yes.
Oh, there's a bonus chapter. Oh, it's just his point of view of her coming soaking wet tits.
Oh my God.
Do you want to hear that?
No. That's crazy.
What were your theories about what was happening in the house at the beginning of the book, and did they change as you moved further into the story? Yes, because you thought it was her husband.
I thought that he died and he was haunting them for some reason, because maybe she killed him. So I was close.
Did you guess the ending before you got there? No. When you reached the end of the book, was there anything that happened earlier that you reconnected or reconsidered in the light of your new knowledge?
I was horrified at the fact that they were ghosts and he had said that pussy thing to her. That was...
Open wide pussy?
Yeah.
Open your ghost hole.
That and the asshole stuff and the eggs. Like what?
Yeah, but all that happened when they were alive. And those were memories.
That's worse. Is it?
I don't think so.
I don't like either choice.
Now that you read the ending, will you reread the book?
Fuck no, bitch!
No. Which scene did you find most memorable?
You don't want to know.
I know it's the open wide pussy.
No,
why?
honestly, it was the logistics of the asshole face hole egg hole.
Here's my thing. The plot had potential. All of the weird fucking could have gone, and the plot would have been actually much better.
I literally had to ask you, where's the plot? Because they were just having so much superfluous sex.
If they had, well, the book only would have been like 20 pages.
Why are we trying to make this some kind of...
It would have been like literally like a 50-page book. But literally, if they had like made them like actually like care about each other and like each other and like had their relationship be like better, then I would have been so much more sad. I mean, I was sad because I was like, oh, I was being so mean.
You were sad because you were a bad person.
Yeah.
Not because the book was good.
How do you know for sure that you're alive at this moment?
Because I'm not human centipede style sucking someone's asshole.
At what point did you realize what was really happening to her? I didn't even notice. Like, whenever the medium came in to do the seance, she turns to the sister and says, "Where is she?" And I didn't even pick up on that. I didn't even notice that. I was like, oh, typo. And then when they were like, call the detective, and he was dead, I was like, how is he dead?
Was the housekeeper dead too?
No.
Why was she interacting with the housekeeper so much?
The housekeeper, so the sister's a medium, and the housekeeper can like see ghosts, but not as much as the other one. So that's why at the very beginning, the housekeeper screamed when she saw her. And she thought it's because she looked like shit from grieving, but it was because she was a ghost. And then the housekeeper said, oh, are you staying here? And she said, yeah, I'm staying here indefinitely. And her ghost brain, she was like, oh, she thinks I would move because my husband died. But really, she was like, oh, you're still here because you're dead. Oh, that's why she wouldn't show up on the security camera. Every time she would like run outside and then go look at the footage, and she didn't see herself because she's a ghost.
But he is a ghost. He didn't actually put up a security camera.
She remembered them putting up the security footage. The new family had the same system. So her ghost self was like, oh, and their whole thing about like, well, ghosts, like they make their own reality and they believe whatever. So they will like see something there and make it like be real for themselves. So like when she saw the kid there, instead of being like, oh, there's a new family here, she's like, why is that kid in my house?
That's weird as fuck.
Yes. And here's where it was like Darling Denim. Because it literally was like a smut romp. And then it was like, she's dead. I was like, Like in Darling Venom, when like she's like, falling in love with the younger brother, and then they're like, oh, he died. I thought this was just Lion King bunny anal railing cheesy. Also, you knew these kids were gonna die. Why did you make cheesy their safe word? It could have been Angel, Ghost, could have been Casper. It could have been anything. Why that? Because she was like, because it's cheesy, because we're cheesy. Cheese is a food. And I don't like the conflagration of cheese and sex. Why not yeasty? Why not yeasty be your safe word? So would you like to do a fiction fix? Make them celibate? I swear to God, if they had been celibate, it would have been fine. Honestly.
I would have taken out the weird anal and mouth. No showering.
Okay, if you had to keep one sex scene, which sex scene would you have kept?
With the most regular one.
No, I think the one in the woods was the most normal one, if you think about it.
Fucking no underwear, jeans happen. Fuck ass.
Being chased through the woods is like a trope nowadays. But they'll just shove it where it doesn't go.
Guys don't even live near one.
Yeah, they'll be like, I have to find a way to have her being chased through the woods.
There are in the woods.
What? A few less. Because they went home on those two kids. Also, that guy was 35 and he had gone to jail for killing his dad because he killed his dad. And so, like, there was all this stuff the whole time about, like, oh, he's really never been in love. Yeah, that's because he was in prison. And that's why Dante said, she's like, why are you in jail? And he's like, because I love someone too much. And that was true because he loved her so much. He was like, hey, take me. And the husband was like, I'll take you both. Pop, pop.
Bold of them to assume he wouldn't kill them both.
Also, I would have taken away that coworker crying at her funeral.
No, that was funny.
I also don't understand why, as a ghost, she didn't remember any of the DV he did to her.
Selective memory.
She's like, I'd rather remember the anal. Take what you need, leave the rest.
Take what you need. Leave some for the rest of us.
Oh, she said, that's not for me, that's for you.
Anal for me, not for thee.
She's like, I've only ever fucked missionary with the lights off. And then once up the ass. Thank you for listening to Read It and Screech. If you would like to support the podcast, you can always rate, review, and subscribe. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Read It and Screech and at Read It and Screech Podcast.
I wouldn't after that.